make sure that they absolutely only deal with a qualified financial advisor, period. No ifs, no buts, no maybes.
So Spencer, taking a look at the perception of financial advisors internationally, what is the perception?
To be honest with you, Jess, I think that financial advisors get a bit of a rough ride, but in fairness, many of them have caused a problem for themselves. The public doesn't really like financial advisors. That comes down to incessant cold calling that's taken place over the years, onto the back of some bad advice that might have been given over the years. And it's not just financial advisors. A lot of it has come from the banks as well. So we see people giving advice to people and they're not necessarily putting the client first, understanding exactly what they need and trying to fix their problems and solve their issues. Generally, they're focused on maybe making money and giving advice second, more than they are first taking care of the client.
And it all sounds kind of unappealing. So is there a solution?
Yeah, there is a solution. Make sure that the regulation gets tighter and stronger. From the client's perspective, make sure that they absolutely only deal with a qualified financial advisor, period. No ifs, no buts, no maybes. And a qualified advisor will be certified and regulated and structured. An unqualified advisor will run away from trying to give you that type of information. So make sure without doubt that you absolutely deal with somebody who's qualified. And make sure you deal with somebody who can recommend you to speak to their existing clients. So ask to speak to their clients if they know 3 or 4 people that they can introduce you to that can verify the quality of the work that they've done. I think it will add great value.
And that sounds kind of interesting that you can speak to other clients. Can we still expect cold calls from qualified financial advisors?
Well, cold calling isn't banned in every country around the world. So whilst it isn't banned, there will be cold calling taking place. However, the smart companies now in business don't bother with cold calling. The smart companies work around it by engaging with people in a different way. They don't necessarily feel that cold calling is the solution. So by finding other ways, that's what they do. And the very best way that I've always found for people to get new clients is to get recommended by people, get referred by people and introduced by people to potential prospects that they can talk to. And I think that's a great way of doing it. Cold calling so 80s, isn't it? It's so back in the dark ages. The fact that companies still do it now means they lack a huge amount of creativity and a huge amount of vision. Banging the phones over and over again, yeah, that doesn't make sense to me.
Well, Spencer, it was a pleasure. Thank you for coming in and sharing your insight once again.
Pleasure.
That's all from myself and Spencer once again. But if you did like this video, do like and comment on dukascopy.tv.